God, that.
People believe that the paranormal and science are separate. But what they don't know, that they are both joined together as one. Join Ben and Louisa on their quest as they bring together science, occult, and the paranormal, only on Occult, History, and Science with Ben and Lou.
Hi.
Hey guys, sorry, just having technical issues. I'm just
As
swapping
in
the lighting. I
lighting.
don't know why there's little white flares, or is it something? I think it might be how I fixed my phone.
Possibly.
But yes, hi guys. Everyone that's watching, joining in. Slowly but surely. So tonight's show is we pretty much are going to be looking when works out the camera. There we go. Just Lou always gets in the worst place possible for me to try and work the camera out.
The fact that the puppies in between.
Yes. So this is why we're having technical issues. The pups are here.
Well done, Ben.
We might need to get a new tripod at some point.
Yeah, the
Or the
sticky
fixed
bit has dropped out.
But yeah, this is going to be our last show for what, about 3 weeks?
Like that.
About 3 weeks, guys. Obviously
What's he doing?
we're having puppy difficulties today. Yeah, we are not going to be doing the show next week because we are getting ready to go away. And then the following Sunday we'll be sat on the beach. And then the Sunday after we probably be knackered trying to catch up on everything.
No,
So.
we're still gonna be on holiday.
Oh yeah, we will, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still be.
Don't arrive back into this country until Monday morning.
Yeah.
So we'll be sort of relaxing / packing, right, to get to airports and doing different transfers.
We might do a little glimpse live while we're out there, don't know yet. We'll see. But let's get to everyone that's on. So, good evening, Dave. Wandering Willows, hi. Natasha, hi. And our very own Damon, hello. So, and other people that are watching, obviously, fire names up. So, tonight is a recap of just looking back at everything in general. And just any subjects you guys want to fire up at all, any questions or anything at all. Tonight is very chilled out, relaxed evening, and it's really starting to bug me now. A little flare at the sun.
Yeah. Is it something that you like broken on your screen?
You know,
or something?
I was too lazy to put the screen.
Oh, it's your screen protector. Yeah, I can see it's slightly over. Well done, Ben.
So, obviously, I was about to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say.
Okay. Do you want me to send you in a different direction then?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so this weekend, some friends of ours,
It is next
it's a week on Wednesday.
week on Wednesday.
So yeah, on, was it Friday, Saturday night? Friday night, something like that. Anyway, some friends of ours, they attempted to have an investigation down on Dartmoor at a place called Nuns Cross Farm. Now, our friends, they got a bit lost. The GPS was apparently going crazy, like everyone was having GPS going different directions.
Mm-hmm.
There was a thick fog suddenly rolling. People felt like they were being watched and followed.
All the torches were drained.
The torches all stopped working. Then later on in the night, once they were back at the hotel that they were staying, they magically started working again. But yeah, it turned out that they couldn't actually get to their location that they're supposed to be investigating due to all these different factors. They had to turn around, basically drive back to the village where they come from and abandon the night.
Yeah.
So Ben has a bit of information upon this land and place.
I do. For starters, don't ever go up on the moors.
Any moors,
Any
the
moors whatsoever.
Dartmoor, Yorkshire
Dartmoor,
Moor,
Yorkshire
Peak
Moor,
District,
Peak
anything.
District. Don't go up on the moors, because
If you've not been up in daytime,
yeah.
to know where you're going.
Plus, people that belong to Mountain Rescue and what used to be rangers up there, we tend to like to stay indoors when it's like that. We don't really want to come out and find you guys. Just because you've idiotically walked off in the fog. So just remember, this goes for anything. If you're doing a paranormal investigation anywhere, just stay safe. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings.
Plan your route.
Plan.
Hard copy map. Don't
Yeah.
rely on technology.
And especially for small groups, let people know where you're going. Not necessarily on the live, but at least let someone know where you are, just in case they don't hear anything back and then they suddenly panic and wonder where the hell you are. So, big shout out to Matt. Nice to see you, buddy. Hope things are going well. Big shout out to Chris. How you doing? And shout out to Jeanette. How are we all? Yes. So, moorlands, be it Dartmoor or the Yorkshire Moors, are riddled with paranormal stories and paranormal events. I was about to drink now.
Yeah, no, you're just holding it there. So
Glad you're not in the bath tonight. No, I'm not in the bath. For people that don't understand that, Matt tried ringing me during the week and I was in the bath when he rang me. Yeah.
Go with the story.
But yes,
Don't
so
get sidetracked.
Yorkshire Moors and Dartford Moor, or Dartmoor, yeah, are well known for werewolf sightings, UFO sightings, pretty much every mythology going apart from obviously Bigfoot.
Ben, keep on.
I know.
You can come back to college after.
Gaming splashing about
Just keep
now.
on track with what
Yes.
you're talking about.
It's because I like to try and catch up with
I
comments.
know.
But yeah, there's no end of people that go up onto the moors and that. Some of the stories are brilliant. And the witch moors as well. That was quite a good one, wasn't it? That was.
I wasn't so much a moor.
No.
That was hills, but
Yeah.
it wasn't really a moor. It wasn't a moorland.
No, but even with that, people, you still need to always
Yeah.
prep for an investigation. I know people always say, "Oh, it's best to go with no knowledge," but
Sometimes it
Yeah.
helps.
you don't have to research a place. But having a bug out plan is always a good idea.
But with all these strange things happening, the fog rolling in, the feeling of being followed, like trying to turn them away from the location. What's down there, Ben?
Yeah. So
Give a
Nuns
bit of
Cross,
history.
Nuns Cross Farm, is a location where not a lot of groups have actually been. It's well off the beaten path. And it's one of these places where you can't just go and do an investigation. You have to camp out. Because it's just so far from nothing. It's easier to just camp there than not. However, this place has been used for, even before the farmhouse was built, the site was used for everything and anything you can possibly think of. So it is considered one of, and this is rare I use these words, it is considered one of the most haunted places in the UK. And that's me saying words I rarely use. But yeah, these guys decided to go up in the middle of winter. They're good friends of ours. They found their way back. They're just.
They couldn't actually get to it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
This location has a reputation for doing this before. There is another place in Ashbourne as well that does it in the Peaks. Can't give the location away. Sorry, guys. Due to the fact it's well looked after, but they don't want people going up there and destroying the place because let's face it, a lot of paranormal groups, they'll go up and they trespass and they end up trashing the place. ends up getting out and lost. Yes, I'm going to do a full show on that and other stories from the moorlands, which Lou's probably going to cover in the Yorkshire side of it, and I'll cover like, the other sides, shall we say?
Yeah, you did start about if there was like more history.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. The Nun's Cross, the place has been used for esoteric practices for absolute decades. Then before that, it used to actually be a ceremonial site. It sits on the crossing of two way lines, both one from the UK way line and a worldwide way line as well. So this place is hypercharged. If you guys ever get a chance to go to it, but go to it in summer. Don't go in winter.
Not by yourself.
No. Literally, the road leads right up to it, and it's about half a mile trek. But it's down a dirt road. Just make sure
If these guys who went got disorientated and lost, and these are, pretty much people that you say top of the game with like the paranormal investigation.
Yeah, let's say these are professional investigators. They're professional investigators. I'm not using professional paranormal. They're just professional investigators. Because obviously, I don't believe in professional paranormal investigators
Or experts.
Yeah. So that's that bit of information. Sorry, guys. If you see us randomly look, basically Buster's got into this habit. In fact, I'll see if I can kind of show you guys. This is him now. So he just has this habit of just wandering off and then just collapsing on the floor somewhere. So yeah, if you ever see us suddenly freeze and looking at something, we're trying to figure out where he's going. Yeah, so catching up on comments. So true, Benelou. Let someone know where you're going, especially if you're going to do urban ghost exploring. Yeah, when it comes to urban ghost exploring, guys, honestly, let people know where you're going. Rule 1. Rule 2, make sure you're not trespassing anywhere. Honestly.
Dangerous.
It's
not from anything else.
Yeah.
No, anything falling on you, don't want you to fall down anywhere.
If there's a sign up saying danger, don't enter the building. Don't go entering the building just because the sign says no and you think, oh, it's because it's paranormal activity. There's probably loads of asbestos there. And take it from
generally falling apart.
Take it from someone that works with asbestos on a regular basis, you don't want that stuff in your lungs. It is nasty. It kills. Investigating. Sorry. Matt, random question, guys, but do you find more of a connection to tourism destinations or off the beaten path? No. Tourist attractions, you do get a lot of activity, but yeah, it does make you wonder if it's due to the fact that there is more people going there. But we've done a lot of investigations of places off the beaten path, haven't we? And that's just been as active.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be a bit slower to get going because spirits are there and they're not used to people coming in and asking them questions and investigating and taking gadgets in and whatnot. Then they're a bit like standoffish, like, what are you doing? What's that? I'm not going to come over. I'm going to hang back a bit. And then eventually they'll come forward. Whereas obviously the ones that are at the more regularly used places, they're used to everything's going on and off. So if they feel like having a play, then they'll have a play. Just leave it, but they know more what's happening.
These are more the times when you have to explain what kit you've got and how it works. When you go to somewhere that's investigated on a regular basis, you don't really need to explain how the kit's used. They probably know it better than you, which can be quite funny. Next one. And trash a place ruined. Yeah, basically, yeah. Try not to break into places and ruin it for everyone. There's loads of places that have shut down because of this. Loads of I know loads of places that have shut down and won't let anyone in now because it's been trashed and ruined over the years.
Well, there's that place. It didn't get like trashed and ruined. We were like one of the first teams to like go and investigate it, like year and a half ago or something. That church place.
Oh yeah.
And we come in and then somebody else, a different like person, who had to give a false name so they could actually gain entry to this place because he's got such a bad reputation. And then after his investigation there, where he just called this place, which is a really nice place, got nice spirits there, called it all sorts of like horrible, like demonic, evil and stuff of this church. The people who owned it were like, absolutely no, they're closing. We're not going to let any more paranormal teams come in. That was a shame because that was only like going for like a couple of months, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
Well,
nice
it's nice.
location. It was quite a nice historical location as
Yeah.
well. Because it was where William Marshall had been. So the guy who was in charge of the Templars in England had been there. So the place had a really nice history. But because, again, went to a location, disrespected the whole place, no one's allowed to investigate there.
Yep. The owners
Which is
decided,
really
no, we're not having this. One person just ruined it for
Yeah.
everybody else.
This can be the problem with a lot of things. Even floor. Yeah, he's just fluffed. He's fluffed and gone. How are we doing, my dear? Nice to have you on. Don't forget Wednesday's show, guys. Worth watching. Oh, my eyes are burning for some reason. But yeah, so that covers that sort of stuff. Like I say, guys, anyone got any questions, subjects, fire them up. We'll quite easily talk through them and everything else.
Yeah, we're not planned a big show tonight
Yeah.
because we're getting things
Just more of a wrap
ready
up kind of
for-
things.
going away. We don't have time or energy to put into
Yeah.
it. To be fair, because we're trying to get all the last minute details sorted.
We work
Still
hard,
need to get the
tell you
dollars.
the truth. I think I went to location you're talking about. It was a brilliant place. Yeah, you know it was. I think Jack come with us, didn't you? Yeah. You came with us. Is Ben taking speedos on holiday? No, man, I've got a mankini. Literally just a mankini. Don't do speedos, mankini all the way. Some of the shows that are coming up, we are, as much as everyone hates it for it, but I'm going to be doing a show again on quantum mechanics, due to the fact that more research has come out. So we're going to show how that correlates with paranormal field. After a request as well from Kate, I know she's not on at the minute, but she is going to be watching this back. Kate, I am trying to get hold of my dissertation for you to read. I will cover that in a show, guys, because I've had quite a few people asking about that now. It was a pain in the arse to write, but we'll talk about it. I'll get it all sorted for the show. And that's going on the other dimension calendar. Oh no, there's worse pictures than that on there. Oh, to go on there, trust me. Sorry, guys, I'm having to drink loads at the minute for some bizarre reason.
You dehydrated?
I don't know. I'm drinking like mad. What's happened to your Tash? It's all over the place at the minute. It's all over.
He's been stressing.
Yeah.
And pulling it out.
Stressing. It's all sort of gone all over the place, guys. So yeah, we've got that coming. Don't forget, Kate's next interview as well is with Lou.
That'll be in a few weeks' time then.
Yeah, that'll be after the holiday, so that'll be in a couple of weeks. So get ready for that. That's coming as well. But yeah, I say I've got a show on quantum, show on dissertations, and I think you've got your I Ching one that
I've got divination that will be happening. Obviously, when we're back.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do it this last week because although I was feeling better by Thursday, it was the run up to it where I was having headaches and trying to write and understand stuff and stare at the screen. And obviously, well, people don't know, but I work in an office, so looking at a screen when I'm at work, and then with a headache, last thing I want to do is sit at home looking at another screen. So we'll be doing that, and then some other forms of divination as well. Yeah, and I'm thinking about doing a new thing with Jeanette. I've not told Jeanette this, so now she's gonna panic. No, Because obviously around around loads of places in the country, but I'm starting local around sort of Derbyshire area. There are a lot of like abandoned locations, like abandoned villages and things like that. And so what I was going to do is do a bit of a series on visiting these sites and doing some bit of paranormal investigation there, as well as history on the locations.
Yeah, because there's one not far from us, is there, that everyone drives past and no one knows it exists until we actually walk up there. Also, one for that one as well. Just to give the heads up on that as well. Ironically, the next Help My House is Haunted season had me and Lou Lou found an old medieval settlement for the show for them.
Yep.
So that's how good she is at finding these old places. So I'll give her that. Evening, Von. Nice to see you along. Matt, stress twirl. Yeah, I know. You know what it's like, man. You know what it's like when you used to sit there doing that on the Sundays. Von saying hi to everyone in the chats. Looking forward to the quantum mechanics show. Yeah, I'll basically be talking about the whole quantum entanglement and I can't remember the other one. Quantum entanglement. There's quantum. I was only talking the other day about it.
Sunday, your brain's gone to sleep.
Yeah, it's to do with acceleration of particles, but reversing the acceleration. So I won't go into complicated now because we'll just be here all night talking about it. Yeah. Good luck, Lou. Kate is like Fox, and yeah, she's very good at what she does when she gets the information. Evening, Wild Bill. Wandering Willows. Why do TV programs called Lost Souls that are peeved?
Demons.
Demons.
Oh, yeah. Angry human spirits.
Oh, it's yeah. Everyone calls everything demons because it sells. That's the problem. Every single show will call demon. The likelihood of you meeting an actual demon is very, 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 very little. Very little.
They're just wanting the dramatic at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot. I think a lot of shows are going that way. I know Ghost Adventures is getting called out at the minute for fakery. There's quite a lot of shows that have been called out for fakery, which is really about time. I remember the last sort of circulation of paranormal stuff where it went big, then it just cut everyone out. With people being cut off left, right, and centre as being fake, and then go on then. And then it sort of went back down into a small bit, and you had decent people, and then it sprung up again. I think that's all it is at the minute. People are claiming demons because you've got the next Conjuring film coming out soon, the Enfield case, which they were never invited to. So I don't know how they're going to do the Enfield case because they was never invited to it, and they were asked to leave.
There you go. Films are coming in, going to it, saying, "Oh, here we are," and then some British person saying, "No, no, no, back you go."
Yeah,
and off they go.
They were never invited to any of the English events. In fact, they were never invited to anything outside of America. So we'll wait for that film to come out, and then I might do a show and just picking fault with it. I might even try and get Chris on the show, but I don't think he will because me and him are not exactly on talking to him. So Jeanette saying that sounds fab. Damien, that sounds cool. Let me see. Hi. Jen saying, well done, Luke. Yeah, she did good. Even when we were there, they sent a drone up, didn't they? And they managed to find it on drone. So did good on finding that one.
So much for their historians that they'd
yeah
employed, but decided to research the wrong location.
Historians spent ages doing research on this location. Turned out it was the wrong location. Put Lou on it for what, 5 minutes, and you dragged out every little bit of information you could within like the space of 5 minutes and went, here you go. It was like, oh, okay. Yeah. She did good.
When that woman on set said, "Oh, you're just here for the ride." Yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting one when we turned the set. Are you just here to watch? No, she's part of the research team. It's good views. No, he's right. The word demon gets brilliant views. That's the problem. Everyone's on hunt for demons. Demons everywhere.
Half the reason people watch it because of demons, not because they actually think that they have actually seen the demon. They just want to say, are they really actually found the demon, or are they just messing around?
Yep, pretty much.
And then they'll watch it just to criticize it.
Yeah. Just flicking through everyone saying hello to everyone else. Yeah, demons get better TV ratings. Yes, they do. That's the bloody problem.
They'll be running around shows next.
Yep. Demon blind dating. Could you imagine that? That'd be quite funny.
Where did that even come from?
I don't
Why
know.
why demon blind date of all the shows?
I don't know. It's because I just remember blind date from when I was young.
Was it the only thing you watched when you were young? Do we need to talk about this?
I ain't got a clue. I can't remember watching my young youth. I remember watching
Do you remember the
Simpsons.
Crystal Maze?
I remember the Crystal Maze
That
because
was
the guy was good.
That'd be better if it was run by a demon.
Yeah. Well, everyone's saying hello to everyone. It's brilliant. Jessica, everything. Sorry, I'm late. Don't worry about it, Jess. Well, technically you're late, but doesn't matter. Supposedly, someone I know from work who lives in Enfield lives only 2 doors down, so he tried to get him on the show. Yeah, I've worked around the area as well, and there's not really much there. There's a bit of a weird case, to be honest. But while Bill's saying hello, Wandering Willows, we'll have to give them a kick up the butt. Yeah. Just what we missed. Not much really. We're just having a wrap round of.
We talked about stop talking about the Moorlands.
Yeah.
And how you're gonna do talks about mysteries from the Moorlands.
Yeah.
Oh no, they've got the title. Mysteries from the Moorlands.
Yeah. And just generally just to round off and let everyone know what's coming, because obviously we won't be here for 3 weeks. So thanks, Phil. Sadly, drama sells. Yeah, it did. Let's look at Most Haunted, how well they did selling their drama. And now Ghost Adventures selling their drama, and everything else selling their drama.
It's like soap operas, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Paranormal soap operas. Damon dancing. Yeah. Agree. I'm slowly catching up with comments, guys. Demon's price is right. Yeah, see, just be funny. Use a pun, but the Enfield house is dead. Yep. I had a trio of demons a few years ago. 3
orange baboon tarantulas. Wrath, Rage and Fury.
You used to have a pet tarantula, didn't you?
I did. That's when I was at uni, because we couldn't have normal pets. So they didn't specify you couldn't have arachnids. Oh, it's so cute. It's called Monty. Turned out it was female. But anyway, I didn't know that when I got it. Little curly haired tarantula. I had to feed my cricket. Then I had to feed the crickets to keep the crickets alive. So I could then feed them to tarantula. What?
That's nice now after we're married.
You can have anything. You're just weird and demonic. Possessed.
Yeah, possessed. Very possessed. We're not going like forever. We're only going away for 3 weeks. I'm going to go to Sutton Beach. The spiders, cuddly. Well, to you, everything's the size of an ant, Matt. So anything's cuddly to you. Hi, Jacqueline. Welcome along. After the interview yesterday, I actually got a Facebook messenger asking me if I really heard voices that tell me to start fires. I actually nearly wet myself. We've all had them weird people, haven't we? We get the occasional one email in the show, bless them. I like the angry old world tarantulas. Nice. Very nice. I've been bitten by more cats and That's bloody hell. I love tarantulas. Everyone seems to like tarantulas.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
Just weird. Faith weird, isn't it? Oh dear. Yes. Right, let's lean back, guys. I ain't feeling too good. I feel a bit weird.
Don't mind the tea I've cooked you.
Yeah, loose kilmu curry.
Better than you giving me poisoning from mussels.
I'm sure whilst you're away, you'll have found.
You have some fun. So,
I don't know. Maldives don't really have much paranormal activity going on. I'll be bloody shocked if they do.
it'd be hilarious.
Yes, I used to keep slugs and snails in my Wendy house when I was little. He used to say it didn't end well, but no tarantulas. Oh dear. Why? So I don't want to have like a normal pet when I had like pet rats. This just doesn't sound well. I was just reading a story in America where a sexual predator claims his penis was possessed.
Okay.
Ah, do you know what, Damon? You know what it's like, man. No offense to Wild Bill or Charles or anyone that comes on this, but you have to admit America comes out with some of the best, like weirdest paranormal stories ever going. It may do. You never know. Well, you never know. Never use crickets to feed your pets because if you don't eat them, the crickets will start eating them. I fed my dragon and tarantula roaches.
Ooh.
What are you ooming and ahhing?
Urban legends of Maldivian schools and the Maldives ghost story. Folklore of the Maldives.
Cheers, guys. There's a reason I didn't want to mention the paranormal stuff. I didn't want to go looking for paranormal stuff
We're not
once.
going looking
Whilst I was on the honeymoon. 100% agree. Because Mum hated them and wouldn't let me have a normal pet, so I found them nice. Had one. Good deal.
Legend says that the first inhabitants of the Maldives died in great numbers. A great sorcerer man made coconut trees grow out of the skulls of the very corpses of the first settlers. Therefore, the coconut tree is said to have an anthropomorphic origin according to Maldive law.
Yes.
And tunefish as well.
It's also a well-known place for voodoo and hoodoo. Which is considered outbold in India, ironically. As two lads found out many years ago when they got arrested for taking esoteric books and herbs through an Indian international airport. They got arrested and were held and are still to this day remain in prison. And this was 10 years ago. Yeah. Oh no. So never go to India with anything in your pockets that resembles paranormal equipment. You will get arrested. Aaron, I bet he came from Florida. I must have missed that one. Had one get in and destroy my dart frogs. Bloody hell, yeah, dart frogs. Knowing your luck, your hotel will be haunted. Off goes Lou. Luckily, we're in a bungalow just by the front of the sea, so we're all good. Probably, yeah. Bill, in the UK, we call them different names over here. A cricket is a very small insect, but I think you refer to them what we call hoppers. Have you a bearded dragon? I will keep wanting one. I've always wanted them. What? Bearded dragon.
You wanted many things.
I know, and I ended up with two pups. I ended up with a buster that can't even sit in his basket properly.
Leave him alone.
Oh dear.
He's happy, that's the main thing.
Yeah. But yeah, guys. So we do have a lot coming up. We do have plans for stuff as well. You were going to do a show on mythical creatures, weren't you, as well?
Well, we were going to run a series, weren't we?
Yeah,
On mythical creatures. Yeah.
Because Lou's got her esoteric book. part of the part of the club now.
Fan club.
Well,
Oh, okay.
part of the club now with our esoteric private book.
Oh yeah, I'm also gonna get some investigations booked. Public
Yes,
ones.
we're going to get some public ones booked.
I was gonna do that before going away, but I was just like, you know what? Let's not stress myself out with too many things.
we will let you all know when we do these ones.
Yeah, we'll give you a couple of months advance so
Yeah.
you can like got time to buy tickets and whatnot.
Yeah, obviously you guys on here will all have first refusal of tickets before we let anyone else come on. We're going to do a few at Stoke Museum, Ashbourne Hall.
Don't give away the locations.
What?
Sure you are.
Two locations. Two locations I've mentioned multiple times before. That's it.
Enough.
I'm just saying.
No.
What
No.
I've said.
No.
Yes. Oh dear. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad stomach cramp at the minute.
Well, because you keep leaning forwards to try and get
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah. I would go and put my glasses on, but we know I'm stupid.
Where are your glasses?
I've got two pairs in both pairs are somewhere in the house. Yeah. So yeah, catching up on everything. Matt, we were yes, we call crickets the same as your grasshoppers. It's something completely different. Yeah. I would like them to say tarantulas. Could we have a full day of learning I Ching? You need at least a bloody year to learn I Ching fully. Lou's discovered the perils of it and why I've never looked into it. It's a bloody big subject, isn't it? It's one of the oldest ways of fortune telling, and it's ridiculously complicated.
Still think you should have done it for me.
No. Nope. Used to have a boxer dog called Dave, a proper cockney knife. Still about crickets. And crickets eat meat, so they're what to attack your pet if left in the cage with them. Crickets have to eat too. That's right. Okay, and yes, if left for a long time, I agree it can happen. Yeah, and that's pretty much caught all the comments. So, guys, any actual paranormal comments or questions, ask away. Yeah, like we say, this is just a wrap up because we've had quite a good long run of shows and stuff. I originally only started this. I think I originally started this bit just to look at one of my books, didn't I?
Yeah, you're gonna go through some of your books and whatnot.
Yeah, we ended up going through some of the books, but it's
Yeah, we need to do a bit more with the
the
sciences, but
the thing with that is I had to read through that at uni, and it was an absolute torture to read through the first part. So I know for those that sit there, it's nice to not learn it, but it's absolute torture to study. Such a droning book. It's just bless Lou for doing it. It's just that's why I'm terrible, and I just like collapse at the side when she's reading it because it brings back days of just sitting there reading through stuff like that constantly. How do you tell if a spot is possessed? I haven't got a clue on a spot, man. I don't know. Holy toothpaste.
it's not in capitals. Is it like an acronym or something?
Mm.
Are we just being really confused or stupid?
I don't know why, Bill. Let me know on that one.
Go on, what was another of your favourite books then you had to read when you were at uni? Like, that didn't drone on, wasn't hard going. What would you want? One would you say you really enjoyed reading?
A lot of them were like proper.
Or manuscripts and stuff.
Some of them are really drony.
Well, yeah, they were written in the early days. and everything.
The Angel, Demon, and Spirits book, the 17th century manuscript, that was actually interesting because the story that went with it about the fairy folk and the gentleman that went to go and have tea with the fairy folk was quite an interesting one. But most of them are just, a lot of them are just books where you just look through.
And what book would you really like to get your hands on to read?
I
Or
don't know.
is this just your shopping list now from that special book store?
Yeah, it's probably my shopping list from there, but what we got? But I don't have sorry. It's fine. I mean, the books of Enoch were a drag. See, I never did the books of Enoch because they weren't classed as esoteric cultology. The like side piece, the classed as conspiracy bit. The Book of Enoch was a quick flick through, but never really studied into that. But Grimoire of Baphomet. See, never did Baphomet. Because I studied the old cultology side and never covered that. One of the lads I knew that was doing parapsychology demonology, he just stuck to the 72 as well. It's weird. It's the different sections of it all. Some of the esoteric stuff just drones on for hours. I say, guys, at some point, guys, I'll literally sit, I'll get all the photos up and stuff, and I'll get my dissertation. We'll sit and go through my dissertation. You'll realise how much pain in the backside it was to do.
Yeah, it's paid off because now it's out there and
Yeah,
for other people to read for their research.
yeah, my research paper for my PhD's out there, and that was just my phone goes off every couple of weeks saying where my name's been mentioned in research papers. It drives me nuts after a while.
Yeah, but it's nice to know it's being
But,
used and
yeah,
people are thinking a lot of it.
well, I never got me dissertation back for because I did two. One of them never got back, and the other one I just sort of went, thank God I've finished that. There's the bin. I kind of, if I know I was going to be doing a show later on in life, I would have kept hold of that one. But I just want it out my sight. I think I've still got my Solomon copy, my dissertation, in that folder, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Still paperback, along with like other bits and bobs in that lot. I want to call my puff Damon, but very informed. Yeah, Damon always got stuck on the hierarchy. The hierarchy. If you're doing parapsychology, you don't really stick with the hierarchy. It's a bit weird. Depends what you're doing with the hierarchy stuff. It depends where you studied. Because Cambridge and Oxford give you access to all the library when you're doing it. Like I say, it cost me a frigging fortune to go out to all the places to go and study. But that's the joys of uni and stuff. Funny, I named mine after the pets of. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that was such a good show, The Monsters. Such a good show. I would love something about. I will dig up what I can for you, Willow, and I will. If I don't do a show, I will send you the information I can. Did you ever work out what was sort of Midfest? Do you know what? Even to this day, Matt, I'm not sure, but I remember both of us chasing after them. What it was, that was a weird day. It was a very weird day. It made me do an essay on Watton and how it relates to. Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard him do that too. Especially what with demonology. That's more cultology. That is. Where did you study, Damon? Because that one's a bit. Yeah, that sounds more like cultology than demonology. Demonology, they just literally stick to Christian beliefs. They don't bring Wattism or anything like that into it. When you do parapsychology, demonology, they literally stick to Christianity belief system. You don't even cover jinn. Yeah, let us know where message me after the show. Let us know where you studied.
Why did you not all discussed it before?
It's never come up, has it? Well, thanks. Yeah, honestly, I'll see what I can dig up for you. If I can't, there's a mate of mine in Switzerland who will literally just go nuts when I give him, will you do me a favour, just look at this? And he goes, haha, something to do. And he just goes nuts. And by nuts, I mean, he literally has 6 screens in front of him and he just pulls them up and just goes, bang, 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 bang. Easy enough. But he does literally auction everything. Oh dear. Booster bot collapsed on the floor again. Yeah. So everyone knows we were walking back to camp and we both saw a black human shape sprinting down the path that seemed to disappear. That makes it sound more simple than it actually was. The weird thing was, me and Matt just said we were at an event. I don't think you turned up yet. No, yeah. We were stood by. We were literally stood by a fence. Now, at this show, me and Matt used to do security because we didn't really sleep much. So we used to wander around at night. And I know it sounds really bad, but we used to, yeah.
Sleep much, so we wandered around midnight strolls at night.
Yeah. And then adding the fact that Matt is massive and was carrying an axe at the time, and I was walking around tooled up with enough weaponry on me to take on a small army. It was funny.
Was that because you've been inadequate next to Matt?
And look, anyone feels inadequate next to Matt. The guy's massive. Had me doing some crazy.
You started the story.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. So me and Matt were walking down this path, and the spotlight was on the back of a white, sort of a white truck. But we saw this thing dash, and even by my understanding at the time, I was just finishing off all my uni course. Even I couldn't work out what it was, and it was doing some speed, and it shifted. And Matt, I'm pretty sure will vouch for this, and you probably will do. In the day when I was actually fit and healthy,
before the days of McDonald's breakfast,
before starting my work, I could clear miles in speed, like you crap off a shovel, basically. And I was on the location within milliseconds, and even I didn't see what it was. And it still baffled us even to this day. We still don't know what we actually saw. And I think it always remained to be one of them things. Had me doing some craziness, but if I'm honest, learned more doing the show and reading after that. Yeah, like I say, just it'd be interesting to know where you studied. Because I could probably work out who it was that you were learning off. When I studied demonology, I went around quite a lot of places. It's quite nice. I'm still in that inner circle of talking to people. When I studied demonology, it was all based around Christian beliefs, even the jinn that killing Solomon. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. It's all based around Christian beliefs. When you come into it, with the jinn, they literally only bring it up to the Christian belief jinn. They don't take it beyond that into the Middle Eastern, which is a real shame, because once you get past the Abrahamic belief in jinn and go beyond it back into the tribal beliefs in jinn, you find some amazing, fascinating stuff, absolutely fascinating stuff beyond Christian belief. I was lucky. My teacher at school was Father Joseph Daniels. Father Daniels, even. His first name was Joseph, but I always said I never use his first name, so I apologise on that one. He was, and still is, as far as I'm aware, one of the archbishops of the Russian Orthodox Church in the UK. Absolute sound gentleman, absolute sound teacher. He managed to guide me the right paths to go to sort of get where I was. He's just an absolute brilliant of a man. my sister will vouch for that. He was because we all went to school. Anyone that went to our school will know that he was an absolute saint of a man. And I need to go and actually see him at some point. Matt, could it have been a dogman? It was too out of shape, as weird as that sound, Warble, for it to be a dogman. We had monks flying up the road when we used to live, and Roman soldiers. Oh, nice. Interesting. It was the University of East Anglia, but was a sponsored course. Didn't cost half of what you paid there, mate. It was like a separate company based inside the uni. I'll email him in the morning and I'll find out who it is. It'd be interesting now.
Long way to go down.
Yeah.
It's a long way for you to go down there.
Yeah, I used to go down to Cambridge, Oxford, didn't I?
Mind you, that was just that motor.
Yeah, but Cambridge is one side, Oxford is bloody other. It used to be a hard nightmare. Ben, can you explain why you always relate to everything related to the Victorians as private? Why can't you?
Vatican.
Oh, the Vatican as private. Why can't you share your experiences? Do you mean my experience within the Vatican, or I'm sort of my brain's not processing what you mean, Bonnie? I apologise. Can you
explain why you always relate to everything related to Vatican as private and share your experience? I mean, well, because it was all very.
The problem with the Vatican, everything is very hush, 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 and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, how long did it take you to actually get over there? Was it like a couple of years after like submitting your first?
Yeah, I had to submit my request to go over there to see a book. I had to have ridiculous amount of help just to see a page, and I mean literally to see a page of a book. After I got all the clearance and went in with one of the cardinals, they literally sit you in a room. They bring you the book you've asked for. You have to know what page you want and everything, and they'll sit the book down, put a cover over the pages so you can't read anything other than the information you need. They literally strip you of pretty much everything. You can only go in with literally a pencil and a piece of paper, and I'm not on about a notebook. I mean literally a piece of paper, a blank A4 piece of paper and a pencil that they give you. And you can sort of have as long as you need to look at this page. You're not allowed to turn the page over. You're not allowed to physically touch the book at all. And there is a cardinal sat next to you for the entire time. I had 3 requests denied. It was only on the 4th request I managed to get in there. And just the pain and the effort, and you have to sign so much stuff just to literally see the paper. I would have loved to have taken a photograph of it. I will send you a photo of the thing that I actually went to take the photo of. In fact, you've all seen it. I think I might have shown it on here. If not, I'll put it up at some point. It was a 17th century Italian seal, which I have in the possession on. I managed to get a copy made up of the whole design that was done. A friend of a friend managed to get me a copy of this thing, but I needed the translations, because what you'll notice when you see the photo, you'll notice that there is circles that are blank. Pieces I have for them circles are what I have to go there for. It was a frigging nightmare. I say it's just absolute agony just to get to see this small little bit of paper. I hope that kind of explains explains it. It was there just long enough for us to see. It ran past a van, and that was Ben gone, like he said. Yeah. I studied with a Roman Orthodox Catholic Church. Yeah. I had to get what I needed. I had to do a few bits and bobs like that. it's a pain in the arse, as you probably tell yourself, Bill. Your time there. A lot of the time was me literally stood. If anyone's ever been to Rome, where the Trevi Fountain is, you walk. If the Trevi Fountain is in front of you, if you walk left, go round, go past a corner, and look right, you'll see a church building there. I know it's stupid to say you'll see a church in Rome because they'll fall over. But you know what I mean. I showed you the exact one. It's literally tucked away into it as you go around the corner. In that building is where I spent most of my time, literally going back and forth from the hotel to there. There's not really much much other than that I did. I didn't really go sightseeing because I didn't have time. I was there literally doing research constantly. And then when I went up to the Vatican to see the book, I was escorted all the way up and all the way back down. And that was about it, really. Some of the other stuff that cracked off, really can't say because it gets some people into some serious trouble. But let's just say that we know the church isn't squeaky clean. Not squeaky clean at all. That was before I get excommunicated. Yeah, the Vatican doesn't like competition. No, they never have done. They never have done. I'm sorry, I have misunderstood. I thought you had spent time there studying. Yeah, I had spent their time studying, but not actually inside the Vatican. I was at a separate church. It sounds stupid, but I was in a separate church down the road. They have different libraries dotted all out the city. It's quite strange. Like even what class is sort of like the mainstream library of the Vatican isn't actually the Vatican. It's down the side street, and you go into like a single door in the Vatican wall, and then go through that way. Imagine like a guest door kind of thing. It's all a bit strange. As I understand, the Vatican has the largest occult library in the world. Yeah, they do. In this country, Cambridge and Oxford do still have a lot of books in their collection, a hell of a lot of their books. A lot of John Dee stuff exists at Cambridge and Oxford in between. There is, yeah, because there's Kelly's stuff over in Oxford, there's John Dee's stuff in Cambridge, and then there's a mixture of other stuff in between. There's also a lot of stuff in High Wycombe. There's a library there, big esoteric library there as well. It's not what you know, but who you know. Yeah, I'm living proof of that. My mum's always said that as well, Wild Bill. It's not what you know, who you know. Like Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks. Yeah, but he manages to get stuff out which is completely and utterly impossible. They would have, from what I remember the film, when I think he tears something out of a book. By the time he'd even touched it, he would have been pinned to the ground, escorted out, and you basically get exiled from Rome. You're never allowed back in Rome. You're lucky if you don't get banned from Italy for doing that sort of thing. Their security is on form. I say when you go there, you'll see them stood with, you'll see the Swiss guards stood with their things, with their axes and the pole arms and stuff. Then when you walk back, they're there tooled up with assault rifles and everything. There is nothing that you can do in that place. The place has got some weird high-tech gear for saying it's supposed to be an ancient place, if you know what I mean. I love the room, very interesting place. I had a private guide for the Vatican where we were told a lot of what goes on behind the closed doors. Yeah. Did you go in the Sistine Chapel as well, Vonnie? Because I got a private look at the Sistine Chapel. You went in as well, didn't you, last time? I got to see it empty, and it's the artwork is beautiful. Even if you don't, for those that don't follow Christianity, you can't deny that artwork is bloody beautiful, absolute beautiful. Rumor has it they have the lost book of Mary Magdalene in the vaults under the Vatican City. Yeah, the vaults extend to 32. I think when you take into account all the shelving, I think it extends like 32 miles of books and everything. Absolutely loads upon loads of stuff in there. But yeah, Jesus, fine. Blind cracked up. But yeah, sorry guys, I got talking about stuff and just started rolling. But yeah, I will put the image up in the week of the seal I was on about for you, Bonnie, and everyone else. Bonnie, I'll even tag you in it so you can see it. It's ridiculously complicated. That's all I can really say on it. It's ridiculously complicated. But yeah, guys, that's it for us for the next couple of weeks. I think we'll be doing Friday's show, and then that'll be about it for us. And then we will see you when we get back. Just a quick one for Bonnie. When we were in the Sistine Chapel, I was shocked by the amount of gold and the art. I know it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's funny though, because when you see someone take a photograph, everyone like the security sort of just like, look at you really disgust and just tell everyone to be quiet constantly. You're not supposed to take photos. But we all got photos. You got a few, didn't you?
No, I just left it so you take photos in there.
Oh yeah. My trick is to leave the camera around your neck, take the lens off, and just maneuver your camera slightly so you just tilt it slightly and just stop taking photographs. Although credit to the bloke that was in there the time I walked in, he just walked in and just got his phone straight out and just went click. And we heard the sound of it clicking. It just echoed through. He got escorted out. It was quite funny. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah. So, well, if don't see you before, have a happy one. Be safe, enjoy. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Bonnie as well. Honeymoon time. Great chat. Thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, Bonnie, it's you have to take photographs. So it's beautiful. Yeah, guys, that is it for us. We will see you on Friday's show, and then that'll be it for a couple of weeks. So, guys,
We'll be tanned.
oh well, someone might be. I probably won't. I'll probably still be as pale as a sheep.
You actually tanned quite well.
Yeah, on my arms.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you, Chris. But yeah, that's us. Guys, be safe. Enjoy your weeks, and we will see you all Friday.